gonna do a weekend read. We're gonna check in and see what is the weather for all of the zodiac signs for the next few days. It's Friday where I'm at. So yeah, we're just gonna check in, see what's going on. Starting with Aries all the way around the clock to Pisces. We're going to take a look at what the weather is like for all of you. Hey, Achen, welcome in. Nice to see you. So listen, I want to start first with the thumbnail. This is from the Shuffle Tarot. Starting with Aries all the way around the clock. So here with this shuffle card, we see two people and two wands. It's in the image, of, possibly the Lover's card or the Two of Cups. But I feel like this could be one of these weekends where, everybody's going to want to do their own thing, right? And who's going to be the one that ends up winning. So, I just feel like, she's got her wand over here and it's doing her thing, and he's got his wand and I want to do this. And, so there could be a little bit of that going on this weekend, where maybe it's best we all do our own thing rather than do things together. I don't know. But let's see what the cards have to say for all of us today. Grateful, thankful for the messages. For the collective energies, we are looking for Aries right now for the next Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll pull 3 cards, possibly a 4th, if we need clarification. And if you stick around towards the end, happy to always pull some cards for anybody out there that has a pressing question that they just need the tarot to answer. All right, so welcome in, everyone. It's nice to be here. So let's see what's going on. Let me cut the deck here, and then let's take a look at Aries and find out what the weather looks like for you this weekend. So we start off the weekend with the 10 of Wands, moving to the King of Swords, to the 10 of Pentacles. All right, so I feel like you got a lot on your plate this weekend. All right, here we start out on Friday, carrying the wands uphill. There's an awful lot to do. Don't be afraid to ask for help. All right, Aries, because here we do have the King of Swords also coming in. I feel like, there's going to be a lot that comes out this weekend, because the fact that you are doing so much, it could become an issue as far as you really needing to help, and maybe you pointed out to some people that I needed to get this done this weekend and I want to do it. So yeah, I'm just feeling like this weekend, don't stress yourself out, Aries, take a little time off to enjoy the weekend. Now we end the weekend with the 10 of Pentacles coming in reverse. And, listen, don't go stressing yourself out and spending money where you just don't have money to spend this weekend. You don't need to do everything this week, all right? If anything can be put off, again, I'm feeling like there could be somebody that says, we're going to do this. You said we were going to do this. They might hold your feet to the fire, but don't let it get to you, all right? Because I'm just feeling like, you could use a little bit of fun this weekend, all right, Aries? So, yeah, lighten up, lighten up. Hey, welcome in, everyone. It's nice to see everyone here. Augustina Vaikunth, is that how we say it? Vaikunth Vashi, welcome, welcome. Thanks for being a part of the channel. All right, let's see what's going on for my Taurus. Taurus, like we've got you starting out with the 10 of Swords reversed to the Page of Cups to the 5 of Swords. So look, if you just don't want to deal with a situation that is really difficult on Friday, I think it would be best to let it go. Because I do get the sense that, there could be an ending that could just kind of ruin your whole weekend if you let it. Don't let it, all right? Somebody is acting true to form, all right? Because I feel like you're dealing with a situation that you've dealt with already in the past. This could be a kid, this could be your child, where they might be a little difficult going into the weekend. But again, let's not let them ruin the rest of what you can salvage out of the weekend. Now, I do see you getting to a point where, you're really enjoying yourself. Maybe you get some creative ideas. Don't be afraid to start something that, you might like to work on. It's like, it's funny. I get like crochet or knitting or, if there's something project that you've been wanting to do, Taurus, this would be a great weekend to kind of hunker down and maybe start working on it. I think you would really be happy. That'd be a good way to kind of move out of like what happened the day before and how they really made you angry. And then you can pick it up again on Sunday, because on Sunday I do see again that you are going to do what you want to do, regardless of what other people say. So I feel like you're just going to have to figure out how to channel your energy this weekend, Taurus, because I am feeling like with the start of, you being a little upset or angry in a situation, like I said, don't let it drag through the weekend, see if you can recover, and then, you can pick it up again on Monday if this is a work situation. But by the end of the weekend with this Five of Swords, you're on fire, and I really think everybody should stay out of your way, Taurus, come Sunday, because you're going to do what you want to do, regardless of what anyone says. Anyway, that's what I get for you. Welcome, Berna. How are you? All right, let's see what's going on for my Gemini. Gemini, we are starting the weekend with the Ace of Swords to the Seven of Swords to the Fool card coming in reverse. So, I feel like, you have a really great idea going into the weekend. I mean, and it could be something, where you finally have your say, or you just kind of like you're in your power when we start this weekend. And I feel as if, you are ready to, begin something, because a lot of times the aces can be a beginning. And I think it's something that, would really be really good for you. Now, be careful on Saturday that, I just see some energy that could, show up with you with the Seven of Swords and this Fool card, where somebody could try to take you for a ride, all right? And I don't mean that in a positive way. I just feel as if there could be somebody sneaking around behind your back, not telling you the truth, right? And you demand the truth. So it wouldn't surprise me if there is somebody trying to do something behind your back this weekend, and you kind of get, I think about it, especially with this ace coming in. And I think you would like to, get down to like what's really going on, because, it could be a situation where somebody's about to do something that, maybe they need to be stopped, especially with the Fool card coming in reverse. Like, somebody may be trying to do something foolish behind your back, knowing that you wouldn't approve. I'm getting that kind of an energy. So, yeah, if you think they're up to something, they definitely are. All right, Gemini? So that's what I've got for you. Hi, Lily. Welcome in. All right, Cancer. Let's see what's going on for you. We've got the Hierophant. And then we've got the Star card coming in reverse and the Nine of Wands. All right, when it comes to a situation with your person, all right, because I'm feeling definitely a partnership. And it doesn't even necessarily need to be, a person. It could be, an institution that you are kind of involved with. But I feel as if, there is just something happens, where you realize that you might need to just let it go. I mean, pick your battles, when it comes to who you are dealing with, especially in a partnership, because with this can indicate marriage. And I'm just feeling like, if there's no point in bringing up an argument that you're not going to win, then just don't even go there this weekend, Cancer. Because I just feel like, you'll regret it down the road. And I do feel like at the end of the weekend, with this Nine of Wands, it's almost better that you left well enough be. So yeah, pick your battles carefully this weekend, all right, Cancer? Hi, welcome back, Jean. Nice to see you again, Nina. Nice to have you in. Welcome, everyone. It's nice to have you guys here. All right, I am doing the weekend read. Welcome. If you have any questions and you want me to pull a tarot card at the end of the reading, I'll be happy to do so. But I am on Leo. We just finished Cancer. If anybody wants to timestamp this, that would be great as well. But I really appreciate you all being in here and being part of the chat. Don't forget to hit that like button. And let's move on. Let's see what's going on for Leo for the weekend. We're looking at the weekend weather. All right, so listen, Leo, a lot of communication, a lot of stuff going on Friday. So, when we have the Eight of Wands, I feel as if there's a lot of phone calls, texts, emails, conversations, maybe meetings, just a lot of activity. So I really feel like you're going to be in the middle of a lot of communication as we start the weekend. But as it goes through, I feel as if, you are needing your own space, all right? Because we've got the Temperance card coming in reverse here for the middle of the weekend. And I'm feeling like with that Temperance reverse, you could be a little short-tempered, all right? You could lose your patience. Maybe, this is also an interesting card because if you've been on a diet, maybe you kind of fall off the diet, or if you haven't, you know, done something and you decide, oh my gosh, maybe I could just do a little bit today. You know, I just feel like you could fall off the wagon come Saturday. So give yourself some grace, all right? You can always pick yourself up and start over again. It's not a big deal, all right? You know, it's practice. Think of it as practice. I'm practicing how to not eat ice cream. Anyway, I do see Leo's being a little short-tempered in the middle of the weekend. You know, and then on Sunday, you know, Four of Pentacles coming in reverse. Don't go spending money that you cannot afford, all right? Because I do feel like some of you may kind of dip into your savings and maybe purchase something. Just make sure it's something you need, something you really, really want, you know, and that there is no buyer's remorse, you know, because I feel as if when you're dipping into the savings, you know, this could be, you know, you just want to make sure that you're spending money wisely. All right, so just watch out for extra spending on Sunday for you Leos. All right, moving on to my Virgos. Let's see what's going on for Virgo for the weekend. So we're starting out with the High Priestess to the Strength card to the King of Wands. All right, listen, I think your intuition about your person is right on point, all right? Because I have a feeling you are dealing with somebody who says a lot, but you can't always trust what they say, all right? We've got the King of Wands coming in reversed. And when I see the King of Wands coming in reverse, they talk a lot, they're a charmer, but a lot of times they don't mean what they say. And I think if your intuition is questioning what this person is really telling you, I have a feeling you are right, all right? Your intuition is not going to fail you. Now, we do see you, you know, being in the power seat come Saturday. So I think it'll be really hard for this person to pull one over on you because your intuition, again, is really heightened this week, this weekend. So, yeah, you know, whatever it is that you're being told inside, you know, deep inside, your intuition is definitely on point. And I really feel like you were dealing with someone this weekend that you just can't believe what they're telling you, all right? So just be careful of that energy. I don't want to see you get hurt as a result of that, all right? So let's see what's going on now as we move on to my Libras. Libras. Some of you Libras may be stuck at work, all right, because I see the Eight of Pentacles to the Chariot reverse. So some of you guys might be doing overtime. That doesn't make you very, very happy because by the end of the weekend, you realize that you spent the whole weekend working. All right, so take some time off, all right? It's okay to stop, go out, get yourself a coffee, treat yourself to a piece of pie or something, you know, and just kind of get out and away from what you're working on. Because I do see that a lot of you Libras are going to be really kind of dealing with that kind of energy where you are stuck at work or needing to have to work on something. And I feel as if you have no choice. It's just like maybe there's a deadline or something that you are after. Now, with the Chariot card coming in also reversed, be careful that, you know, Libras, if your tire is low, that you fill it up. Check engine light. A lot of times this can be car trouble that could come up literally, or it just might be hard traveling, getting to places. But all in all, Libra, I feel as if, you know, by Sunday, it's a wash. You know, here we have, you know, the Six of Wands, and there's no other option but to just surrender to, you know, this was the weekend and you just had to do what you had to do. All right. So moving on to my Scorpios. Grateful, thankful for my message for Scorpios. So Scorpio, we start with the Justice card. And with this Justice card, I do see arguing. So you might, you know, go up against someone, you know, about a point, you know, and I feel as if, you know, the argument is justified. I mean, honestly, with the Justice card, you know, so I feel like, you know, nobody should argue with you today because you're going to really point out some truths. And, you know, when you go up against a Scorpio, you need to be ready to go up against a Scorpio. And I think, you know, you are in the power seat when it comes to what is right in this situation, this argument. But then we move on to the Seven of Wands coming in reverse to the Seven of Cups. I think, you know, don't overthink it, all right? What happened, happened. You know, the argument was what it was. You know, be careful when we do say things, all right? Because, in the heat of the moment, we can say things that we can't take back. And I wonder whether or not something might get said in the heat of this argument that, you know, you're going to be really processing the rest of the weekend. Because I just feel as if you wonder whether or not you should have said what you said, especially with this Seven of Wands coming in reverse. And then we have the Seven of Cups. But again, let it go, because it may just be in your head, not so much their head, all right? But it did make you stop and think. And I think anything that makes us stop and think brings awareness that helps bring change to make ourselves a little bit better. All right, Scorpio, so that's what I've got for you. So let's move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, we got the World card coming in reverse next to the King, next to the Knight of Swords, to the Five of Cups. So, you know, there is an ending looming, all right? And if we get something done, we can enjoy the weekend, all right? And if we don't get something finished, then it's going to kind of carry on. So, Sagittarius, you know, whatever you can to wrap up and tie up loose ends today, you're going to be happier tomorrow for it, all right? So, yeah, don't put off today, you know, what you can do today for tomorrow, because you'll be happier if you just get something done and completed. Then we move into Saturday, and the energies there is the Knight of Swords, and to the Five of Cups. I wonder whether or not, you know, this is going to be a challenging weekend when it comes to couples and dynamics. Like I said at the very beginning, we have this is our thumbnail. We have the Two of Wands. It's one of these energies where I feel like maybe it'd be best to be on our own, you know, rather than try to do something with someone else, especially if, you know, they don't really want to do what we're doing. Because I feel as if you try to force somebody to do something, it's going to go bad, all right? Because I just feel like you'd have some regrets if you tried to get this person to do something that they don't want to do, all right? So really, this is one of these energies where I feel like you'd probably be better off just kind of going off and being on your own. Although, you know, come Sunday, you know, the Five of Cups is a low energy, you know, so be good to yourself, all right? And, you know, don't worry so much about what happened and, you know, the fact that things didn't work out the way you would have liked to do it with someone else. I just feel as if, you know, if somebody is challenged, they're going to challenge you back. And if you do that, you might feel bad at the end of the day, because I think you knew better. All right, Sagittarius. So, yeah, you know, just be kind to yourself as we end up the weekend, because with the Five of Cups energy, you know, you can be looking at all of the things that happened, and just don't go there. All right, let's focus on the present moment and just enjoy the moment that we're in. All right. All right, let's move on to my Capricorns. We're almost done here, guys. So hang in there, and I'll look to all of you guys, and we'll kind of go back and see if anybody's got any questions in there for me. All right, Capricorn, we are pulling out the weekend with, you know, possibly somebody offering a date. Maybe some of you want to go out. You know, we have the Queen of Pentacles here. You're feeling very good this weekend. And I feel as if, you know, it's flattering, you know, to be asked out. And, you know, if this is your person saying, hey, honey, let's go out, you know, I really feel like that's going to make you feel good. I'm definitely feeling like you're feeling the love, all right? And I like that if you're feeling very grounded, very stable, you know, just really being in your home. I think, you know, a lot of you Capricorns would be really, really happy just to be at home. And yeah, I mean, if that's how you choose to spend the weekend, that's a good way for you to spend the weekend. Now, come Sunday, though, I do see that we have the Two of Pentacles coming in. So you may be looking at the budget, you know, and how maybe you can even save some money or make some money, or, you know, figure out how to put yourself in a more stable position. But overall, the weekend for Capricorn, I think you're the best so far. So yeah, good on you. And I just feel like if you know there's some decisions you need to make around your finances, I think you're going to look at them. And just kind of really take a look at what you can and cannot do moving forward, maybe into the week, or maybe things that you want to get rid of or change. But there's definitely some decisions that you're going to make around your finances that I think you know you need to make. All right, moving on to my Aquarius. Let's see what's going on for you, Aquarius. We are starting out with the Six of Swords reversed. Uh-oh. So we have this energy of the Six of Swords, all right? This is trouble. All right, maybe you have to go back and deal with something that you thought you were done with, you know, because this is like you going back to some place that you just don't want to have to deal with it. But I feel as if it was never, you know, dealt with as a completion. You know, you left, but you left things undone. And I feel like this weekend, you know, you've got to go back and kind of redo what it was that you needed to do in order to really move away from a situation. So I feel like it's like a little retrograde kind of energy. You got to go back and tie up some loose ends that, you know, you've been dreading or not wanting to do. I mean, this could be something, you know, like I moved out of this house and I got to go back and clean it, you know, and you have no other choice, but you got to go back and you got to clean it in order for you to be able to move on and go, you know, move on with your life, right? It's that kind of an energy. But, you know, as the weekend pulls out, Aquarius, I mean, we've got you coming in with the Queen of Cups. I think, you know, you end up feeling very, very good, very content, very, very at peace with yourself is what I get with this Queen of Cups energy for Sunday. So I like that. I like that, you know, you're feeling, you know, very comfortable. And I think people notice you and I think people admire you. And you may be feeling a little bit of that as well. So overall, it's a really good energy for the weekend. And listen, once you go back and you tie up these loose ends and you finish cleaning the house that you need to clean or whatever, you're going to feel much better so that you can truly relax come Sunday. All right, last but not least, let's look at Pisces. All right, Pisces, we are starting out with the Three of Pentacles reversed. You know, so I think, you know, we start out the weekend really wanting to just do our own thing. I don't think you want to hear any feedback. You don't want to talk to anybody. I feel like you just want to do you. And that's okay, because I think, you know, it's really good to kind of tap in and kind of remember who we really are. And I feel like if you can work alone and you can be on your own doing your thing, you're going to be happiest today. And then moving into the weekend, I mean, we do have the Lovers card. I like that, you know. So some of you guys may be, you know, aligning yourselves with somebody who you really enjoy their company with. I like that the Lovers card is coming out because, you know, here you are on your own and it's just like, well, you know, now I'm in my space. I really want to bring in this person. So it's a beautiful energy that I'm feeling. And then come Sunday, I feel as if you need your space again. So you're kind of like you're all over the place when it comes to your emotions. You want to be alone, you want to be with someone, now you want to be alone again. You know, so just kind of learn how to maneuver that energy. Because the Hermit card says, gosh, I really want to take some space and be on my own. And, you know, I'm done with their energy. I just need my space again. So, yeah, you're a little up and down over the weekend here, Pisces. But overall, a really nice weekend for you as well. So that's what I've got for all of us for the next 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for this weekend. Please take what works and leave what doesn't. So I'm going to turn my attention to all you guys in the chat. Say hello again. Shivasani, welcome in. Purna, Monk Mode. Molisha, Noor, welcome in. I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. Lily, I'm also doing really, really well. Doesn't look like we have a lot of questions today. So let's see. Augustina's happy with the new Pope. That's good. Let's see. Reshmi, how are you? Are you still out there? You want to know whether or not your lover will marry you? Any third party? Oh my gosh, well that's like a, you know, a cannonball being shot. You want to know if your lover will marry you, and then we're questioning whether or not there's a third person. Uh-oh, some trust issues here. Let's find out whether or not your lover will marry you. We'll start there, right? And then we'll go and we'll see, Reshmi, if there's anything else. Will they marry you? And the answer is no. I feel like there's a lot of other people in their life. You know, you ask whether or not there's a third party. I think it's because your intuition picked up. But look at all the people. But I definitely feel as if this lover is not your forever person, Reshmi. Yeah. Who else is out there? Jean from Spain. The abundance, is it coming for all? You're a Scorpio. Well, let's see whether or not the abundance is coming for you first, Jean, because that's important, right? Look, we got ice cream in the house. Welcome in. It's nice to see you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, Jean, let's find out whether or not abundance is coming your way. Let's see if all of those coins land there in Spain right for you. Let's see, what's the abundance like? Well, you got to set it in motion. I feel like abundance would come if you make some decisions. All right, the Eight of Wands coming in reverse is holding back, not setting it in motion. When we have the Eight of Wands, Jean, this is about you setting those things that you really want out into the universe, and then, you know, things start happening. And when it's reversed, you know, it's like you're not setting it in motion. And then we have the Two of Swords also coming in reverse, all right? So you've got to make the decision that I'm going to do this and I'm going to make it happen. And then, look, you come out of this place where you don't have money and you start to make money. So get going, Jean. I feel like you got some work to do. Purna, you want to know whether or not Priyanka is your real friend? Let's find out. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Purna. She'd like to know whether or not Priyanka is her real friend. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Purna. All right, let's see. Are you ready? Let's find out, Purna, whether or not Priyanka is your real friend. Grateful, thankful for the messages. And I get a strong yes. Look at that. This is somebody who is very loyal, will stand by you. This is a true friend, honestly. If you're going to get any kind of an energy around friendship, this is one that is solid. This is one that will really, you know, hang in there when the friendship gets a little hard. This is definitely a nice card for you, Purna. So my answer to you is that yes, this is a real friend. Good people. Good people. Shivasani. Navina. Current feeling for Vashmi. Boy, these names just kill me. Let's find out what the current feeling is, all right? You can fill in the names, all right? Because I can't. Ice Cream, you are more than welcome to ask a question. Right now I'm looking at Shivasani. I think that's how we say it. We want to know what the current feelings for Vashmi are. All right, we got the King of Wands. Be careful of this one because this is a player energy. So this is somebody whose intentions are really for themselves, very selfish, very, you know, one-sided. It's all about them, not about you. This is also somebody who will tell you what you want to hear, but you can't trust everything that they say. So be very careful of this one because I feel like they are a player. Ice Cream, Etchin. You got a question about your current love situation. What is happening in it? Because I'm so confused. All right, let's find out. I'll get to you. All right, Ice Cream. I see you. You got a great name. How can I forget Ice Cream? All right, Etchin, let's find out. Current situation. What's going on in the world of love when it comes to Etchin? Etchin is so confused. What can you tell me? Well, Five of Swords to the Four of Cups. You know, well, here's your confusion right here. I feel as if, you know, somebody doesn't always tell you what it is that's going on, and they do what they want to do, and then they regret it. You know, so I feel as if you have somebody who's very impulsive, and this makes it very, very hard to kind of, you know, kind of ground into them. Because Five of Swords brings up arguments. It brings up, you know, confusion because we're not being very, very clear. And this person obviously has done something that they regret. So, and I think you're picking up on that action. So then we have the Page of Pentacles. You know, I think, you know, it's going to reach a point where you're going to have to make a decision as to whether or not you really want this to, you know, continue or go down another road with this person. Because if they are going to be very impulsive and they're going to always argue and fight with you and do what they want to do anyway, then, you know, it's not a partnership. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, Knight of Cups. See, they're not very serious. Like, they want the relationship without the work of the relationship. They still want to do what they want to do. So it's like, you know, this is not a very serious connection. So be careful of that one, Ashton. That's why you are so confused. All right, Isabella, you are next. You're trying to connect with your birth mother. Will you connect with her? You were adopted from Thailand. Ooh, that's a good question. Let's find out, Isabella. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Isabella. Would like to know whether or not she is going to connect with her birth mother. Grateful, Grateful, thankful for the messages for Isabella. Isabella, her birth mother. Grateful, thankful. Let's see what's going on for Isabella around her birth mother. All right, you ready? Let's see. So the cards that come out is the World card. You know, I do feel as if, yes, you will eventually connect with her. You know, and then we have the Page of Pentacles, but it may not become something very solid. I almost wonder whether or not she does not want to connect with you. But I do think you will eventually find her. But the Page of Pentacles, you know, be really careful, you know, because sometimes, you know, their life is, you know, how it would affect their life is, you know, you might get some resistance. So I'm picking that up from your mom that, you know, even though you find her, she may not really want to engage. Let's see what's at the bottom. Yeah, you know, because it could really upset a lot more people. I don't think it's that she doesn't want to meet you. I think it's more about the life that she has created. And then all of a sudden you would be like this tower moment out of nowhere. Boom, here's another kid that I had. So that's just what I'm picking up for you, Isabella. Nor, how are you? Unread, you want current thoughts around no contact. I think we've pulled for you before, but we'll go ahead, Nor, because I'm just going to go down the road, you know, down the chat and try to connect with all you guys. All right, let's find out. Nor wants to know current thoughts. What does Unrug's current thoughts are? I don't think we got very much. See, we got the Lover's card coming in reverse. See, I feel like this person is done, no contact, Hierophant reversed. I mean, this is an energy of, you know, I don't want anything more to do with it. So I feel like, Nor, you've got to move on. They have. All right, Senth Kumar. I'm getting to you, Ice Cream. I'm getting to you. I'm just going down the list. I have not forgotten you. All right, let's see. Financial problems. We have any idea when they might be resolved for Senth Kumar? I know I'm butchering your name, but, you know, it's the best I can do. Your names are so hard sometimes. All right, let's see what's going on for you. Financial problems for Senth Kumar. When are they going to come to an end? So look, here you are in the Four of Swords. You need to let it go, all right, and start something new. I feel as if, you know, you may be harping too much on what has happened that's not working for you, because the Page of Pentacles says, you know, there's another road that you need to be taking, you know, because here we see this map in front of this guy. He's flipping a coin, and over here we have this castle. I feel like there is another road for you in order to start to build your finances in a better way. But you've got to put to rest what has happened. Learn from it, right? But don't let it hold you back. But I definitely feel as if there is a new road, possibly in the springtime, all right? Because there's a lot of spring energy. Could be summer. I'm feeling more spring, but don't be afraid to go down another road in order to find success and to get out of your financial issues that you have been dealing with. All right, Ice Cream, your turn. Are you still around? All right, Ice Cream, you want to know about your partner. Is he taking me out for your birthday? All right, let's find out whether or not you are going out for your birthday. I sure hope so, Ice Cream. I mean, if not, you need to find someone else who will take you out for your birthday. So Ice Cream would like to know whether or not he is taking them out for their birthday. We're so thankful for the message for Ice Cream. He's been so patient. Grateful, thankful, Ice Cream, for you for being in the chat. All right, let's find out. Is Ice Cream going out for their birthday? Oh my goodness, I gotta know. What? No. I'm sorry, but this is the energy I've got. I've got the Seven of Swords coming in reversed. So I don't like that, you know. I feel like, you know, you need to take yourself out and do what it is that you want to do on your birthday. Because I just feel like this person is not going to live up to what you would really like to see happen. Let's hope at least that they give you a happy birthday. But I definitely feel as if, you know, this birthday, you're going to have to make it yours on your own. So that's what I've got for you, Ice Cream. I wish it was brighter, but I can only read you what I read. Isabella. Oh, I read for you, Isabella. Did you get that? Devin, welcome in. All right, thanks for the message, Devin. Noted. All right, Virgo, you would like a general reading. Let's see what's going on for Virgo. General reading for Virgo. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Virgo. And by the way, Ice Cream, happy birthday. May you have a really great year around the sun. All right, Virgo, let's find out. General reading for Virgo. Grateful, thankful for the messages. We got the Two of Swords. You got to make a decision. But before you make a decision, be very, very clear that you know everything about it before you make that decision. All right, don't make any decisions haphazardly, because it's followed by the Death card. Because once you make this decision, there's no going back. All right, so this could be about an ending that you need to make, Virgo, you know, and with the Death card here, you know, you've been hanging on by a thread, you know, and you know that you need to make a decision. What the decision is, again, like I said, you need to find out all of the information, because you've got a blindfold on. You're not going to hit your target, and you're not going to make the right decision until you know all of the details that you need to know about a situation. Ace of Swords. See, you're going to find out the truth. You're going to make the right decision, because once you do make the decision, you are left with that truth. All right, and it puts you in your power. So if you've been putting off an ending, be it for fear of what might come as a result of this ending, just look it up and, you know, and really find out all of the information that you need to know so that you feel good about the decision. And I see you feeling really good about the decision you're going to make. All right, Virgo, that's what I've got for you. Sarah, welcome in. You want to know what's coming in for you in love. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Sarah. We've got Sarah in the house, baby girl, Manuel, Tanu. Nice to see you all, Raja. All right, let's find out. Sarah, what's going on? Laverne, welcome in, Laverne. Nice to see you. Yeah, I'll get you. Let me get a few others here that are in front of you, Laverne, and then I'll pull a card for you. Put your question in if you got one. All right. So let's see. We are looking at Sarah. Sarah would like a love card. What's going on with Sarah and love? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Sarah and this message around love. Ooh, this card wanted to stay out. All right. I feel as if you are really carrying the weight of a relationship. When we have this 10 of Wands, I mean, you have been really carrying all of these wands uphill. It's been a lot of work. Maybe the relationship that you are involved with, you know, requires an awful lot of you. Here we have the Knight of Wands coming in, almost as, you know, indicating that maybe what you might want to do is put a little bit of distance between you and someone that you are seeing, because you need to see how much you are doing. It's, you know, I get the feeling, Sarah, that it's one of those things. If you stop texting, will they text you back? If you don't call them, will they call you back? I think you need to see that, you know, how much effort they really will put into this relationship. But right now, I feel as if the burden is on you, Sarah. Manuel, always nice to see you. Tanu, you would like an angel guidance card. Let's find out. Tanu would like an angel guidance card. Grateful, thankful for the messages. For my friend Tanu over here, would love an angel guidance card. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Tanu. What angel message can you give me for Tanu? It's so funny. I have a lot of angel spirits. I really do, outside, inside. And whenever somebody says an angel guidance, I can tell that they get all excited around me. Isn't that funny? All right, Tanu, let's see. Angel guidance for you, Tanu. What do the angels have to say to you today? And it says, Page of Swords. You have a really great idea. Follow up on it, right? If you've been wanting to do something, the time is now, because I really feel as if, you know, if you pursue something that you really would like to study, you know, because we have all these books here, or there's a workshop you want to attend, or, you know, whatever it is, it's something that really uses your mind. Do it, because I feel as if, you know, you will really love it, enjoy it, and do very, very well at it. Yeah, I feel like it's something that you've been keeping secret. You're not really kind of sharing it with other people, but with this moon card coming in reversed and this page of swords, it's like, let's bring this side of you out. Let's bring this and develop this into something more, because I think you would be really, really happy. And it could be news around you being accepted into a program that you really want. Anything of that nature. Prashana. You face some setbacks in life and want to know, when will I rise again in life? Let's find out, Prashana. Let's find out when you rise up. Now is what I get. The minute you decide to rise up, you begin to rise. Grateful, thankful for Prashana. Setbacks. We've all experienced setbacks, right? But we just got to get back up and just got to keep going. All right, let's find out. What message can you tell me for Prashana around rising up again in her life? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Prashana. Grateful, thankful. All right, we've got the Four of Pentacles to the Knight of Cups. So, you know, I feel as if you cannot be afraid to open up. It's almost as if you have a fear. And the fears are holding you back. A lot of times that is really the energy that I feel with this Four of Pentacles. And for some of it, it could be the fear of, you know, meeting somebody who doesn't really, you know, see you for who you are. Maybe you are afraid of love, you know, because you might have been burned in the past, kind of thing. But I feel as if you've got to get past your fears. Your fears are your greatest enemy. And they're the ones that are holding you back, you know, afraid to love again, afraid of being hurt. You know, I would rather have love and experience that feeling and taking the chance. So don't be afraid to open up when it comes to meeting people and falling in love again. And, you know, let go of some of those things that have held you back in the past. Again, I'm feeling a lot of fear around you, Prashana. So open up again and don't be afraid to be you, all right? All right, let's see who else is in there. We've got Manuel. Let's see what your future holds for the weekend. You're a Cancer. I just did Cancer readings. What was Cancer? I forgot. I don't know. All right, I'm going to do Manuel and Raja, and then I'll hit you, all right, Laverne? I'll get you a card. All right, let's see what's going on for Manuel. Grateful, thankful, would like an energy card specific for the weekend. What can you tell me about Manuel and the energy for this weekend? All right, we got the Two of Wands. So I feel like, you know, don't settle. If there's something you want to do, go do it. All right, because when we have the Two of Wands, sometimes we feel as if, like, I'm stuck, I have to do this. You know, but honestly, you would really rather do something else. So this weekend, don't be afraid to do something you really want to do. You know, if somebody doesn't want to do it with you, then that's okay. Again, we're going to go back to this card, you know, where we can each do our own thing that we love to do, and it'll be okay. So that's the energy I get for you, Manuel, that it would be really, really good for you to just do what it is you'd like to do. Because here at the base of what's going on is the Ace of Pentacles. You know, so if there's something that you would love to go do or build or make or, you know, spend your money on, you know, this is one of these weekends that said, don't hesitate. You know, do you, boo. Raja, welcome in. What does the future hold for you, Raja? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Raja. Almost there, Laverne. All right, Raja, what's going on? What does the future hold for you, Raj? Is it Raja, Raj? Grateful, thankful. Thanks for all the likes, the comments, the shares, the subscriptions, being a part of my channel. Really appreciate you guys. Help me make my channel grow. My channel's been slowly growing, and I'm excited about that because I've been on this channel a long time trying to figure out how to make it grow, and finally, we're making it happen. All right, Raja, let's see what card is coming out for you. We have the King of Wands. So if there are plans, if you have plans to build something, make something, or maybe you start a business, It could be an international type of energy also. You might be thinking about traveling. This is really a positive card because I feel as if it is in the works. So yeah, if you've been wanting to grow a business and, you know, really kind of put yourself out there, I mean, he's pointing to someplace in the world. So I feel as if, you know, you have the ability probably to build a business, you know, that could be, you know, international, worldwide, or you may find yourself in a position where you can travel a lot. This is a really great energy. So I love this for you, Raj. So good future for you. All right, I got to move on to my friend over here, Laverne. Laverne's impatient, comes in, would love a card. I'm going to pull you a general card, all right, Laverne? Let me cut the deck, clear the energies for you, and see if we can get a nice, clear message coming through for my friend Laverne. Grateful, thankful for Laverne. Laverne Cochran. Is it Cochran? Is that how you say it? Grateful, thankful for Laverne's message. Grateful, thankful for energy around Laverne. What's going on? Give me a guidance card for Laverne. Laverne, watch your health. Right? If you're feeling a little run down, go to bed early. Right? Just feeling like you could catch a cold. All right, let's see. Card for you. We've got the King of Swords to the Nine of Swords. I feel like somebody in your world is going to point something out to you that brings you a lot of stress and anxiety. I'm almost feeling like don't take it too serious. Yeah, King of Cups over here. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if somebody is trying to, I don't know, I get the feeling of trying to suppress you, scare you, intimidate you. Don't let them do that, you know, because I feel as if, you know, there's better things on the horizon. I keep going over here to this sunrise coming up, you know, so whatever this person says to you, let it go. All right, don't let it bother you. I feel as if there is something better coming on behind it. And I feel like that person is trying to get you to do something you don't want to do. All right. And, you know, you don't need to go there. So I feel like it's more of an intimidation tactic than anything else. So whatever this person is pointing out to you, don't let it get to you. All right, Laverne. All right. Wu Tang, yo, welcome in. Nikita, Sarah. Okay, good, Sarah. Hannah, what does your ex feel towards you? Does he still have feelings? Let's find out. Hannah, let's find out. What does the ex feel towards you? Does he still have any feelings? It's always tough when we're dealing with the energies of an ex. Let's find out. All right, Hannah. Let's find out what are the energies of this ex. Nine of Wands. I feel as if your ex is still a little bit guarded around you. You know, because this is somebody who's been through it. And I just feel as if, you know, they still have their guard up when it comes to the energies between you and them. We do have the Ten of Wands coming in at the base of what's going on. It is reversed. You know, I think it's one of those. It's best to just let it all go. You know, leave the ex in the place of the ex. Because remember, they're an ex for a reason. But yeah, he's definitely feeling very guarded around you. Oh, thanks, Ferna. Angel, welcome in. Angel's in the house. Welcome, Angel. It's nice to see you. Team Monday. You're back. Secretly seeing Whitney, the cashier. Oh, yeah, this is a juicy story you got, Team Monday, going on. All right, Angel, let's pull a card for you. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Angel. Angel's in the house. Grateful, thankful for Angel. Angel is in the house. Let's see what's going on, Angel. All right, listen, we got the Four of Wands to the Eight of Wands coming in reversed. You know, there could be something going on, a celebration or an invite that you get. Keep it on the hush-hush, all right, Angel? Because I feel as if nobody needs to know of what's going down, you know, because not everybody's going to be happy, all right? But the Four of Wands, this is definitely a celebration, an event. And the fact that we have the Eight of Wands coming in, like I say, hush is the word. You know, maybe it's one of these things that, you know, maybe you can't get to or you can't go or you just don't want somebody to know that you are going. So just be aware of that, but definitely a good time in your future here, Angel. I like that. Let's see. I don't know how to say your name. Taporanjan Das. Let's see about your current feelings. And if your future is coming true. All right, Das. I'm just going to call you Das. Because I can't say the whole first part. All right, we'll work with that. All right, Das, let's find out your current feelings. Are they coming true? Grateful, thankful for the messages. For T Das over here. We got a T Monday. We got a T Das. Aspire to inspire. Welcome in. Nice to see you. All right, let's see. Tap Das. Let's find out. I'm making new names for you. All right. Current energies. Look at this. Knight of Cups. Boy, I tell you what, if, you know, you're in the mood for love, I definitely feel like those are definitely coming true. I like the energy of the Knight of Cups, you know, because this is an offer of love. This is like, hey, let's go out. Let's get together. This is, you know, really feeling a dynamic with someone. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Wands. So, I mean, if you are really hoping to go out with someone, I definitely see this to be a winner, especially with that Six of Wands. This is somebody who I think is very well admired as well. Just a nice, lovely combination of energies for you, Das. So I hope those feelings, and this is the current energy you are after, because I'm feeling the love. All right, Ice Cream. Does your partner want to start something new with you, like moving in together? Oh, let's find out, Ice Cream. All right. Let's get you another question. All right, Ice Cream. We're going to find out whether or not your partner wants to start something new with you, like moving in. Let's see what's going on for Ice Cream and their partner. Do they really want to start something and get serious and move in? Inquiring minds want to know. And the answer is no. I don't feel like they do. All right. And the Tower is like, you know, it's like not wanting out of nowhere something to happen. At the base of what's going on, we have the Seven of Wands. They may not tell you, but I really feel as if like that's not where their intentions are, Ice Cream. So I'm not feeling they want to move in together. I'm not feeling they want to just kind of do all of that stuff that you do in a relationship, especially when it gets serious. Mina, welcome in. Okay, Mina, yes or no? Your love reunion, yes or no? That's all I'm going to say, yes or no. Upright, yes. Reverse for no. How's that? All right, Mina. Jaya, how do you say your name? Jaya, sorry, I'm better with Mina. I'm going to roll with Mina, all right? You know who I'm talking to. But upright for yes, reverse for no. We are looking about the love reunion for Mina. Upright for yes, reverse for no. And I got a no on that. And it is the wish card coming in reverse. So no, I do not feel like this is going to happen. So there is your answer, Mina. Aspire to inspire. Can I see if you will meet someone new soon? You're single and wondering what's coming. Let's find out. Aspire to inspire. Always aspire to inspire. All right, let's find out, Aspire. I'll take a couple more questions, and then I think I'm going to pop off and head to town and do some of my errands. All right, Aspire to inspire. Let's find out. Will you meet someone new soon? Yes, no, they're single. Let's find out. Aspire to inspire. I feel like, yes, you are going to meet someone new. And I feel like this person will make sure that you know that they're new. All right? Because this is the Knight of Swords. And this is somebody who is very assertive, you know, and they can be a little aggressive. And I think they're going to let themselves know. But I'm definitely getting a strong yes, Aspire. Let's see, what else do we have with that? Yeah, and I think it's going to be very unexpected, especially with that Tower. It's like out of nowhere, this person's going to show up, and then you're going to be like, oh no, what do I do? They're here. But I'm definitely feeling someone new for you. And that's, you know, and it could be when you're out on a water trip. I don't know why I say that, you know, but I'm just feeling as if, yeah, you know, there is definitely somebody out of nowhere is going to come and hit you with that arrow of love, Inspire. All right, let's take Purna's, let's see, or Prashana. Who's next? LG, welcome in. Perna, did I read for you already? You want to know whether or not you're going to achieve your dream job, you have to like really work at it, all right? Because here you can think about it all you want, but until you actually go after it, you won't get it. So, Perna, if you want your dream job, go get it. Trisha, welcome in. You're going to pass in class? 12th exam. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of exams. Let's find out if Trisha's going to pass in class. Upright for yes, reverse for no. Oh my gosh, LG, that's the big question. I don't think it's going to be pretty. I really don't. All right, Trisha, let's find out. Let's find out. Bobby, welcome in. All right, Trisha, let's see. You know, I feel as if you are going to finally move on. I mean, because here we have this energy of the Five of Pentacles. But I gotta be honest here. You really gotta put the effort in. You're gonna have to study if you want to get through this. It's not going to be an easy exam. You know, and I think, yeah, I think it will be really, really difficult to pass. So do what you can to study, because I really feel like it's going to be a hard one. All right, so don't think it's going to be a breeze, because there is the possibility of you not passing. All right, that's what I see. So study hard, because it is the Five of Pentacles. There is the possibility, if you really, really apply yourself, you can pull yourself out of this one. You're waiting for the result. Oof. Good luck with that. Team Monday, hi. Somebody, you want a card for your love life? Let's pull a card for your love life. Grateful, thankful for somebody. I hope I'm saying that right. We are checking in on your love life. Let's see how that is panning out for you. Grateful, thankful, somebody for your love life. Let's see what's going on for you. The Hierophant coming in reverse. Ooh, could be a water sign coming in. But when it comes to your love life, I feel like there could be somebody that you meet that they don't really want to have children. They don't want to be a mom. You know, if you're looking for someone like that, I feel like the person you are with, or you are going to meet here soon with this High Priestess reverse, you know, I don't feel like they're wanting that whole thing. All right. Anyway, that's what I've got for you. Tarsem, I see you, but I don't know what exactly you want me to respond. Be vegan. Okay, fine. Team Monday, did I miss your question? Where's your question, Team Monday? I think I passed right over it. Oh, is TM secretly seeing Whitney, the cashier? Ooh, let's find out. All right, T, let's go back. You'll be my last one, all right? And then I'll pop off. All right, we're ending it with a bang. We all want to know whether or not TM is secretly seeing Whitney, the cashier. Is TM secretly seeing Whitney, the cashier? Oh my gosh, I just saw the Three of Swords. You know, this keeps coming up, you know, could be. That's very possible. I'm definitely getting the sense that, you know, the Three of Swords, there is somebody else involved. And it could very well be Whitney, because I did see this. So yeah, Team Monday, like I said, the story is juicy. There's definitely something going on. Tarsem, you want some life advice? All right, I'll pull a card for you. All right, because I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you. All right, Tarsem, let's find out. You will be the last reading I do for today. I'm really thankful to have been here. I'm glad you guys were all in the chat. All right, let's find out, Tarsem. Life advice for you from the cards. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Tarsem. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Tarsem. Let's find out what messages are coming through for you at this time. All right, first card out for you is the King of Wands. Boy, that guy has shown out a couple times. So, you know, I feel as if, you know, there is the opportunity for you possibly to travel or to build something that could be pretty international. This could be somebody who is in your life who is like that. And they could be, you know, maybe somebody from another country. But I see you speaking up to them. I see as if, with the Seven of Wands, they might be, kind of picking your brain a little bit. This could be a good thing because I feel as if, you are in the driver's seat. So, yeah, if there is somebody kind of testing you and kind of feeling you out, I think you're going to give them a good impression. Yeah, I think this person is definitely on the up and up. So maybe there is an opportunity that's coming for you, Tarsum. So very, very nice energy for you. Really nice. All right, listen, I am going to pop off here and I will see you guys all hopefully tomorrow or the next day. Until then, be well, be happy, be kind. All right, hit that like button, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys all on another day. Until then, be well. Bye.